It's time for Measure Twice.
Welcome to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini, along with Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors and Joel Graber from Graber Custom Remodeling. This is the show that helps you envision your home's potential, and you're listening to us on Michiana's News Talk 95.3 MNC. And we're brought to you in part by Leatherman Supply. Everything windows, doors, cabinets, and countertops, with the showroom now open in Granger next to C. Kramer Interiors. And Hoosier Hardwood Floors, Michiana's trusted and valued experts on hardwood floors. You can visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com. Here we are. Everybody's starting to get a little jolly because Halloween is past. So now we could start selling school supplies for next year.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Christmas. What are you talking about?
Oh my goodness! There used to be a Thanksgiving time of year.
Yeah, not anymore.
No.
It's like we skipped that.
They're selling all that stuff, Christmas stuff now.
Well, they're advertising on TV.
I know.
Yeah. And is Black Friday still a thing, or now it's like...
Well, the Black Friday's already starting now.
Yeah.
There's already Black Friday sales out there.
And they're calling it Black Friday.
Yeah, pre-Black Friday.
It's like when a vegan...
It's Gray Friday.
Yeah. It's like when a vegan says tofurkey. It's tofu. It's not turkey. Don't put turkey in it. If it's not the Friday after Thanksgiving, it's not Black Friday. It's something else. Call it something else. Call it what it is.
But nope, we got to be innovative.
Well, but do you see people falling for that with decorating their houses? Are they
Black Friday sales?
No. Yeah, I got
They're decorating. They're decorating for Black Friday.
There's some people that will camp out, so I imagine it's their holiday. But that's all gone now. You don't have to camp out anymore, right? Because it's now.
You no longer have the chance of getting trampled, so the excitement's gone.
Yeah. There's no threat of death or injury when shopping. So what good is it?
It's like the running of the bulls.
It really is. Remember the lines that used to be like. Chris doesn't remember them because he
never experienced it.
I've never gone, but my wife used to.
Oh my gosh!
I don't know why you want to put yourself through that?
I got drug out once, and I'm like,
there was nothing I need in this world that would prompt me to get up that early and stand in line.
You don't want to
and race through a door.
$4 transistor radio.
No,
with purchase.
Nope.
God, it's really nuts. But that's all gone. But it's been it is really compressed, like the fall season.
Yeah,
we don't have one anymore. It's just Christmas.
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah.
Well, you can fall into that.
Well, that's true. You can. It's a choice, isn't it?
It is.
You make a choice to.
It's just all advertisers. I mean, it's all advertising.
We won't do any of our decorations until after Thanksgiving.
Do you put the tree up on Thanksgiving or?
Yeah, usually that weekend after.
So the tree goes up semi-early for you.
Yeah.
And Chris has got a winter wonderland at his house. So when do you start your Christmas?
I usually start after Thanksgiving, but I waited too long last year, so I'll probably get some of it out earlier. Maybe not put the outside lights out, but not plug anything in.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, as much as I'd love to talk about preparation for...
That's not what you want to talk about today.
No, but it was the elephant in the room because of Halloween, and then...
What's Halloween? We have that?
I know, Chris, we were talking off air. Chris is like, it'd be a treacherous trick-or-treat walk in his neighborhood.
Yeah. You'd get your steps in.
You'd get your steps in, and you'd only get 2 candy bars.
Burn the calories before you eat them.
You could actually eat them as you go. You could finish one and finish another and have a 0-calorie net on your walk. Got it. If you got a trick-or-treater at your house, Chris, just have your firearm in your hand.
Yeah.
Because it's not a trick-or-treater.
Yeah.
If somebody's in a mask at your door, call 911. They're not looking for candy. Maybe some nose candy.
I was not expecting that.
Yeah, I wasn't either, but that's good. I like it.
Chris doesn't have any at his house.
I do not do that.
Okay, feds, if you're listening.
Nope.
Yep.
No way. He'd be a lot more energetic in the morning if he.
I don't know if we could handle it.
No,
Energetic.
no, we don't want nose candy, Chris.
No.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, man.
Okay, conquering the world 1 gram at a time.
Oh,
Jeez.
Kramer. No, what I wanted to talk about, because this is the time of year, I think that in a perfect world, if you're planning a big project, you're kind of getting at it right now.
Feels that way.
For next year. You know what I mean? And I think there's people out there that are doing that, are contemplating it, and I wanted to kind of give them a blueprint, so to speak, on how that a major, like a big renovation project, like what exactly, what not exact. We're going to be exact as we can without being specific on your particular project, but like what goes into that? What are some of the major points and some finer points that people need to consider? And I'll just start it with this. It's like, let time be your guide and know that you don't have as much time as you think you do.
You never do.
Right. So if somebody wanted to start a project now, Joel, or start a project in the spring, what did they have?
Time's not on your side.
Time's not on your side. Could they still start one now, though?
What do you mean?
Could they still,
You could start the process.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you should start if you want to do something next year, you start the process.
So what do you think the lead time is for, hammer and nail, like demo is starting or whatever? What's that lead time? What's a good lead time for you guys?
for what?
To get a major project. I'm talking major project, like a multi-room.
Yeah. What's the time frame?
Yeah, what's a good lead time? Not time frame for it to be done, but like when should you be
from when you
starting to make decisions?
Contact to
let's go first contact, then making decisions. What's your first contact lead time?
So you're saying like if somebody was to contact me, how long should they expect to hear back from me?
No. What I'm saying is, if I want to start my project in the spring, let's say I want to start it May 1st, when should I be making contact with designers and builders?
The beginning of October.
So now.
Now is a good time to start. Yeah, that conversation.
Right, and that's what is that? Is that 6 months? October, November.
Yes, no, 7.
7 months. So 6 to 7 months out, you need to be contacting people. How many builders, designers do you think somebody should contact generally before they choose one? Should they always just go with the first person they meet, or should they shop around a little?
Well, typically you kind of know.
If you've never done a project with somebody, obviously, if you've done work with somebody,
you're taking
you trust
referral.
Yeah, because they usually get referrals.
You're taking referral typically, and people typically know both sides. You know, if you're going to be a good fit, the way you communicate,
right?
Because that's the most important part of the project is the communication. So if you don't, and people communicate differently,
right?
So you get a feel for like, okay, this person operates at least in a way that I can operate.
Do you feel like you're getting more face-to-face time with people than you had been in the past few years, or less?
I
guess
I would say the same.
Yeah, I don't know that it's changed.
I just read an article, but this is a suburb of Chicago, so it might be a little bit skewed, but this person was talking about how they're actually seeing people more in person than they had been ever. I think that's like a COVID thing where they hadn't seen somebody for 3 years and now they're just seeing them the normal amount.
But
so it feels
seeing
normal.
people is, to me, that's a key part of the
being
process.
Face to face.
Yeah, being
in
face
person.
to face. Emails are great for some things, texts are great for some things, but there's nothing better than a personal phone call or a face-to-face meeting.
Yeah, I think everybody would agree with that. Even 'cause this is one of the few industries where, if you're a physician, obviously you should be in the room with the person eventually. But like this like design, build, renovation, man, being on the scene, being present with somebody is important. So these are some things you got to think about is not only is the timing, but like, am I able to make the time? Like as the homeowner, as the person, like you have to be able to make the time too, not just the contractor.
There's work on your end.
Right. And that's important to do because you can really not have the experience you should have if you're also not setting time aside for the project. And I think that's all up front. Don't you think like you have to think that way up front? Like, okay, how much time do I have can I devote to my project at my house? Even though I'm not doing the work, I got to be available, right? These are kind of normal things. These are the big rocks though. It's like 6 to 7 months out, be present with the people and know that you're assigning yourself time. When we come back, though, let's get a little bit more granular into this planning phase with big renovations. This is Measure Twice. Welcome back to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini, along with Joel Graber from Graber Custom Remodeling and Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors. This is the show that helps you envision your home's potential, and we're brought to you in part, or you're listening to us on Michiana's News Talk 95.3. Can't forget that. That's very important. But we're brought to you in part by Leatherman Supply. Everything windows, doors, cabinets, and countertops with the showroom now open in Granger, right next to C. Kramer Interiors. And Hoosier Hardwood Floors, Michiana's trusted and valued experts on hardwood floors. You can visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com. And they're trusted by us. Dino.
Yep.
Dean, the man. Wonder if he's trick-or-treating. Is he? No.
Not still.
Probably. I don't know.
That's a long night of trick-or-treating.
Maybe he was in Vegas, No, I don't know. I don't know. Dean's a cool dude. If you go to Hoosier, ask for Dean.
He may be there.
He may be there. That would be funny, though. If we could inundate him, that would be great.
Yeah.
I think that would be hilarious. We're talking about big renovation projects, and we started off with the decision-making part. Like, you got to be, you're starting to make, that not the decision-making part. We started with the time part. 6 to 7 months out on a major renovation. And when I say major renovation, it's multi-room where you're changing. You might be moving a wall. You might be making your kitchen bigger, making a bedroom bigger, making a bathroom bigger. Big things, think large scale. You've got to leave some time for the project, and that means leaving time for yourself. That was kind of the moral of the story. But I read an article that people are meeting face-to-face more, and I can't imagine not meeting face-to-face because there's no substitute really for that. But you, Chris, you deal with a lot of clients that don't even live. This is like their second home.
Or third or fourth.
Or what? Yeah, like it's a baker's dozen of homes. And you can't always be in the same room with that person.
No, they're rarely here.
When they are here, though, you're probably...
So he uses homing pigeons.
Did you say homie pigeons?
Yeah.
We send messages back and forth.
Yeah. Like 6 weeks, you get your answer.
That's right.
But do you use other things, right? Like email, obviously.
Emails, texts, Zoom meetings.
You FaceTime ever? Like walk around?
I do if my phone would do it. My old phone wouldn't accommodate.
Chris uses a tablet, and by tablet we mean on the other side, the 10 Commandments are actually right.
That's right. My decisions are carved in stone. Joel doesn't like it because they're kind of heavy. But
yeah. His yoke, I mean, if we're getting biblical, his yoke is not light.
Yeah. Why does Chris always give a burning bush plant to every customer? Why is that?
That's your home. That's your welcoming gift.
By the way, burning bush, no recommend.
Yeah, right.
My goodness. The barbs on those things are nuts.
They're beautiful. Anyways.
They're pretty. But they bite.
Yeah, mine doesn't talk to you, though.
If it does, let us all know. 40 days later, we'll look around and see where we are. Wow, we've got biblical, deep cut there. But So you can't always be there, but there's decisions to be made and things that go into decision makings up front. Like the first decisions that you're making, obviously, are what do I have to spend? Right? I mean, you need to know.
Sometimes.
You're right. You said sometimes. What do you mean sometimes?
That's
All
not
the
everybody's.
time.
That's not everybody's first thought.
I guess
Well,
you're
it's
right.
true. I mean, it's in the back of their mind.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we kind of say here, nobody wants to get ripped off.
Right.
Yeah, and you could be the richest person in the world. You still don't want to get ripped off.
well, it's not even being ripped off. It's they might have a number in the back of their mind, but what they're telling you up front is this is what I want.
Right.
Right.
These are the things I'm thinking.
Right.
And once then the numbers part come after they see the quote or the estimate.
I guess you're right. You guys probably run into people that just they want what they want, and as long as it doesn't
That's
feel like
most
they're
people.
overpaying.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's everybody.
Most people want what they want, and then it's just a matter of helping them figure out.
How to get it
Yeah.
I see that.
in the most cost effective way.
And you say, yeah, I see what you're saying. You're right. You don't want something. It sounds silly. You don't want something you don't want. So everybody wants what they want.
Right.
That's why they're doing it.
They can't always have what they want. Some people
sometimes,
can.
Yeah.
Some people can, and certainly you've done work with people who can just make it happen. And you have the saying, well, all it takes is money.
Mm-hmm.
Right. With money and time, you can do a lot of things.
Yep.
But budgeting, I think, is still important because you have to have the
for sure.
funds available. Even fabulously wealthy people have to move money into the place where you can get it. you know.
Well, and yeah, even everybody has a limit. So,
if you're dealing, like Chris was saying, like some people, it's maybe their third place or whatever. They have there's a point that they have a value for that place, and so they don't want to put more into what they think how they feel that value is.
Oh, that's an interesting point too, because there is a point where you could probably go so far that you've outrun the value, or you can't. Now, I hate to say recoup the value because this is not that. You don't control the market, so to try to do something that adjusts what the market's going to say your home's value is in 10 years is not a possibility.
No,
so
that's not really.
So you really can't do that. You can't say I'm going to put this in, and then I'm going to get X back. That's why we do that show a couple times a year about value, what you can do. But like Chris said, there's a point.
mm-hmm, there's a point.
There's a point. How do you go about? Do people usually just show up and they know the point, or do you
Not
normally
really.
get to the point?
That's not my experience. Not as many times as I've had to redo estimates.
Right, right. I mean, that's part of the process, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People should not be afraid if they have left enough time in advance. They shouldn't be afraid of re-estimating and relooking.
No, I mean,
at
I'd
things.
rather shoot for the moon. You everything, get out the whole dream, and then
work backwards.
yeah, that's way easier.
Do you agree with that, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's
Because
probably
it's easier. I mean, it's easier to cut back than it is to add.
adding.
People don't love the adding.
No.
I've been in this room long enough to know that nobody loves the ad.
Yeah,
Nobody loves it, especially if it's because of a problem, an unforeseen problem, which happens.
it is funny though. There's certain people who I'll do estimates for them. We'll start a project, and then once they don't want to spend money, and then once the seals broke,
Then they
it's like,
start
well,
adding.
let's do this.
Is that your experience too?
Yeah, let's add this. While you're here, we may as well.
Let's do this.
Yeah, how much more would be? Okay, we may as well, since you're here, let's get it done.
Yeah.
The greatest compromise is the one that happens between your ears.
Yeah,
It's when you're talking yourself into it, then there's no talking yourself out of it generally,
Right.
yeah.
which is okay. There's a reason why you start talking yourself into it.
Right.
Because you want it
Yeah.
and you start to see. You've said this 1,000 times, Chris. Don't make a decision that's going to visit you every time you show up in the room. Like we could have moved that cabinet when we had the chance, and we didn't.
We should have done it.
It'll remind you every time. But those things come a little bit later. The money part up front, you should at least know where the money's coming from, and you should at least be comfortable with spending that amount. There should be an amount that you should be comfortable spending. And
everybody is, even if they don't know what that is. You don't necessarily have to know that up front.
Right.
But a lot of people have an idea of what they want to spend.
Yeah.
They have a number in their head.
They just don't tell you.
They just don't tell you until they get the estimate.
And then once you start digging in and you're making decisions and the work starts going, you get that satisfaction or you're hoping that satisfaction arrives that like, okay, this was a good decision. I'm glad we made that change, or I'm glad we added that, or we really didn't need that thing, or whatever that is. But I think one of the most important aspects that isn't talked about a lot is making quality decisions. And I think there's two sides to quality decisions. Making a quality decision like picking the right people to work for, that's a quality decision, right?
Yep.
And then there's what kind of quality am I looking for? Erring on the side of quality probably always wins when you're talking about product and things, wouldn't you say?
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, you want somebody that's a quality builder, quality contractor, so that it's done right the first time. You don't have to go back and fix things after.
Right, because that's a nightmare, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's an absolute nightmare.
I don't know if I've talked about this on the show before, but around where I live, we've got what I call the RV mentality, because it's a bunch of RV owners and stuff. Like they own RV companies or salespeople for it or whatever.
They're fine people who employ a lot of fine people.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good. But the RV mentality is, I want it to look like $1 million for 10.
Right.
And
it's tough to change that mindset.
Yeah. And I really don't do a whole lot of work in that area because I don't do that.
But when they're converted,
yeah,
nobody's as faithful as the converted.
Yeah.
Chris is like, they don't convert.
But
when we come back, let's talk. We're out of time, but let's go back and talk about that. That's a very important decision. This is Measure Twice. Welcome back to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini, along with Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors and Joel Graber from Graber Custom Remodeling. This is the show that helps you envision your home's potential, and you're listening to us on Michiana's News Talk 95.3 MNC. We're brought to you in part by Leatherman Supply. Everything, windows, doors, countertops, and a whole lot more. And a showroom right next to C. Kramer Interiors in Granger. And Hoosier Hardwood Floors, Miss Floors. Hoosier Hardwood Floors, Michiana's trusted and valued experts on hardwood floors. You can visit them at HoosierHardwoodFloors.com or in their showroom. And I was in their showroom a couple days ago. And it's
a fantastic showroom.
And it changes subtly all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like it really, if you are at all, I don't mean to go on and on, but if you have to pick out flooring, that showroom is where you need to be. Because almost all of it is on display. I mean, and it's cool.
It seems that way. Yeah.
Tastefully. Like, it looks cool. It looks, somehow they get all that different flooring in that place, and it looks cool. It looks like it belongs, even though they're completely different. Really cool showroom where you get to actually, like, walk on the flooring, which I think is important.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I have 2 dogs. It sounds like I live with Sammy Davis Jr. practicing tap dancing. It's like nonstop.
Yeah.
Which I wonder if there's sound deadening floors. But at any rate, maybe we get Dean in here and I just ask him that. The hard hitting questions about flooring. We're talking about your big project, multi-room, big renovation project, and what it takes to get that done, and communication, lead time, budget, right? And understanding.
I would include new build, too.
New build's probably in there. Yeah. I mean, that's a major. You're renovating a field. Somewhat. But we talked about having the champagne taste, but like the miser mentality. And I think there's a difference between not having the funds, right, and needing to fit in a budget.
Yeah.
There's a difference between that and just wanting to pinch.
Yeah.
Because that project, that new build home, that big renovation will remind you at some point in the future that you cut corners.
Yep.
And when you least expect it, it'll remind you, right? I mean, that's ultimately that's what you're saying, right, Chris? Is like, hey, look, if you're trying to cut that corner, it may feel good right now, but it's not.
It might look good right now.
It might look good right now. And I'm telling you, I go back when we watch HGTV and I look into the corners in the background, Chris. You've ruined me for those shows. Because that's really what it is, right? They're cutting all these corners. The epitome of cutting corners in those shows.
Yep.
Right? Look in the background.
Yeah, the overall is great, but then you start looking behind it and go, ooh.
And that's what'll happen in your home. I don't think we're saying that you need to waste money. That's not the point.
No.
But quality
Is important.
is very important. There's a reason why one fixture is more expensive than the other. Find out what that reason is and
Right.
make your
Then
decision.
make a decision. Exactly.
Because some of them are just more expensive to be more expensive. That's granted, right? I mean, some things are just pricier because of the name that's on there.
Yeah.
Not just because of the name. I mean, there's a reason that you have a range of certain brands have,
Gotcha.
but why is this $1,500 and this $600? Well, it's what's maybe inside that you don't see.
I'm definitely saying that. There's a reason.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And very often there's a good reason.
Right.
Sometimes there's not a good reason.
And then, but you might be drawn to that $1,500 fixture or whatever, and then, I'd really like that, but it's a lot of money. I want this one. Let's go with this one instead because it has the same properties, but it's half the price.
Right. Occasionally that'll happen. That's why you hire experts.
Yep.
Because generally somebody like Chris or Joel, right, will kind of know, okay, well, this has got the same components.
Mm-hmm.
There's a design difference that you're paying for here, not necessarily a
like
functional.
on a fixture, like having actual brass fittings in the interior of it rather than plastic.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That makes a huge difference on the longevity of your fixture.
I've heard on and on about that.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same. It's the same though with some of your framing materials. There are some framing materials that are more expensive, but they are going to have a life that is way better.
Right.
And they're going to operate better for you as far as like protecting the home.
Exactly. And that mindset you have to set up front, I think. If you're a homeowner ready for a big project, you probably need to set the mindset that I'm going quality. I'm going to make quality decisions.
Yes. Quality decisions. Be careful of designer brands also because you're paying a royalty fee for a name.
That's a great term
not for
for it.
better quality necessarily.
Yeah, that royalty that you're paying to be cutting edge or have somebody's name somewhere on it is not, Gloria Vanderbilt fixtures don't need to be. I'm just kidding. I was trying to pick the oldest.
She did jeans.
I know. I was just like, I didn't want to. But there are designers out there that you might pay for a little bit of style.
Right.
You might.
Yeah, and they are actively involved in the design of the product that the name is on.
Right.
So.
And that there's a value to that.
Right.
There's a quality to that.
Right.
Right. But there are some things that it's just not going to show up well enough.
Yeah.
And where I'm going is that your expert, your designer, your builder can guide you through what your minimums are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Minimums like brass fixtures. Look. And I think, Joel, you said this one time that think about a house, flipping a house. You don't want that stuff in the house that you're renovating that you're going to stay in.
Right.
Because your idea is you're going to hang out here a lot.
Right.
You're not flipping it. Just,
And a lot of the times you're also making selections based on use.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's minimal use, you can get away with something that's less expensive because you're not using it heavily.
That's a good point. Right. Like
a guest bathroom.
Yeah.
I always want to say put your money in the primary bath because that's what you use every day. The kids' baths don't need to. We want them nice and stylish, but we don't have to spend the same amount of money in those bathrooms that we do in maybe the primary.
A good point would be your garage door opener. Look for a quality garage door.
I thought he was going to say. I thought he was going the other way.
Yeah.
No.
No, but there's some that you can go to a box store and be like, I can replace my garage door opener for pennies. And it's like, well,
and have somebody that I don't recommend that you do that on your own.
I don't either.
Have somebody that does that.
Yep. Oh, I wouldn't. That's not something I know.
Yeah, let their insurance policy cover it.
Yeah,
because that's really what we're talking about.
They'll stand behind it.
And I pick garage door opener on purpose because it's like it's going to get used.
Problem with
no, I don't because I got a great one.
Yeah.
I got a good one.
And they get used multiple times.
Yeah.
A day.
The door you're going to come in and out of every day should be the best. Like it should be a great door.
Well, it's funny you bring that up because we just recently had that issue with ours, and I ended up just bringing somebody in because it's like, who we bought the house from, he did it himself, cheap ones.
Garage door opener?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're maybe 5, 6, 7 years old, and
he's super handy, and he won't do it on his own.
No, I want somebody that does that all the time to do it. I'll do other stuff.
Appliances are the same thing. Appliances, dishwasher. If you're gonna use your dishwasher a lot.
Yeah, get a good one.
Your dryer, your washer.
I've got one that will never go out.
It's you?
Yeah. It's called my two hands. No,
his dishwasher's a little handsy, though.
Yeah.
Dry skin, hey, whatever. No,
Palmolive. What was that?
Palmolive.
Was that the one where she's like dipping her fingers?
Yes, they're sitting there with getting their manicures. Oh, you're soaking in it now.
That's Chris. Chris and
that
the magic
bowl
touch.
of green dish soap.
Yep.
But so
talk about marketing.
Everybody but Chris.
Yeah. No, I have a dishwasher. Actually, I have 2 dishwashers.
See that? Look at that. One for the help.
Yeah.
They have to get in it and clean themselves before they can step foot in the house. It's on the front porch. But those are things you're going to use a lot, and it's kind of you talk about that on furniture all the time. Mm-hmm. When you talk about like sofas and chairs that are we've heard Chris say that a lot.
Put the good stuff in the family room and. You can cut back in a room you don't use very often.
Yeah, like the showy room, you could put less quality furniture in. It just has to be pretty. It doesn't have to hold up.
Well, and still be comfortable, but it doesn't have to break the bank.
Right. But in your living room, that's the place you need to be.
No, I put the best stuff in the room that gets used every day.
Right. Yep. It's a great words to live by. And when we come back, we have Todd Zeiger from Indiana Landmarks coming. I was going to say Polydor, but the Polydor house we're going to talk about it, give you a Polydor update when we come back. This is Measure Twice. Welcome back to Measure Twice. I'm Rob Perugini, along with Todd Zeiger from Indiana Landmarks.
Good morning.
I know, it came out of nowhere, huh? And Joel Graber and Chris Kramer.
You see how it is?
Yeah. Second fiddle. When you get the bass fiddle in everybody's a second fiddle now. With Chris Kramer from C. Kramer Interiors and Joel Graber from Graber Customer Modeling, but you're listening to us on Michiana's News Talk 95.3, and this is the show that helps you envision your home's potential, and specifically for this segment, the home's potential we're envisioning is Polydor House in South Bend, our historic project in conjunction with Indiana Landmarks, and it's a lot of fun. It's so fun visiting that house. I visit it every Friday, actually. I stop by and take pictures.
You're the stalker that I've been hearing reports about.
Yes.
That's good to know.
Yes. And because I dumped like 150 pictures into our share drive.
Exactly.
That were in there. But it's a beautiful house, and it introduces the historic. I didn't realize it was a National Historic District
It's a National Register historic district and a local historic district there. Yes, both.
I've been to that house 500 times. It's the first time I saw the house was that sign was last Friday.
There's just a brick pillar in the front yard that says that. It's okay.
I was like leaning up against it. I was like, oh my, check that out. Huh, it's official, everyone.
It's subtle, 5 foot tall.
Sherlock Holmes, I ain't. But beautiful, beautiful home. And you can watch its renovation on videos we put up semi-weekly. And this project is really near and dear to South Bend's heart, Indiana Landmarks. Todd, our historian, our resident historian, and it's just a fun project to do, and it's fun to watch it come to life.
Absolutely.
And to say that there's 1,000 things that need to be done, there probably are, right? I mean,
at least, yes.
Yeah, but they're awesome things.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, and this is the time of year, like the little sweat bees that are swarming around because they know winter is coming. So too are contractors. We know what is coming, and so it's been great that Weaver's been in to start getting the HVAC in, because that helps us move through the winter to be able to do interior work and get things to that point. So, well,
special thanks to Weaver.
Absolutely.
And if you want to go check Weaver out, if you want Weaver to do work at your place, you can just go to weaverheating.com. Everything you need to know to schedule them. But they do great work, and they also do good work, which is helping out this project for us. So we appreciate that very much. Thank you, Weaver, for that.
Absolutely. We're glad to have them be a part of this project and appreciate their support for it. And as any old house just trying to figure out how to retrofit in a new HVAC system comes with some challenges, which is great. And so walking through where the ductwork is placed and where you're going to put the units and how to handle both floors, all that. Because if you don't think it through, then all of a sudden you walk in and there's a giant return grate right in your middle of your hallway, right? or in an area that you don't really want it to sit. And so they've been great to walk through and okay, what if we put the vents here instead of other locations? And so it's great to see that work getting put in, as we know winter is coming.
So a couple things that we have a video coming out where Joel's explaining it is kind of an interesting setup for HVAC there. Mm-hmm. Can you walk us through what that setup is, Todd? Because there's a couple units going in there, right?
Yeah, typically in an older house, especially a multi-story, a couple of floors, if you've got the attic space, it's cheaper and faster just to run across the attic for the second floor and dump the air down instead of trying to pull the plenum all the way from the basement up to the second floor. It just doesn't work as well. Mm-hmm. And so typically we'll do 2 units, one on the first floor and one on the second floor up in the attic to serve the second floor for both forced air, heat, and air conditioning. And it's just a fairly typical way to go. And it avoids having to tear up quite as much. And then pushing a lot of air from the basement all the way to the second floor is never the most
efficient.
Most efficient, thank you.
And you're not going to be near as comfortable either.
Correct. Yeah, it also then gives you the ability to zone that system. So,
which is a very modern concept when you put it in, when you're talking about a house that's that old. I mean,
absolutely. This one's unusual. At the top of the stairs, there's actually a pocket door. So they always had the ability to close off that second floor with a pocket door.
Really?
Which, if you have an open stair, welcome to the pillar in the front yard. Yeah, there's a pocket door at the top of the steps. So from a heating and cooling standpoint, you can
get a picture of that.
500 pictures of this place. Yeah. I've not taken a picture of that.
It's right there. And why is that helpful? Because when you have an open stair like this, all your heating and cooling goes the wrong direction, and it's hard to balance the systems out because heat is always going to rise from the first floor to the second. It gets too hot, blah, blah, blah. I'm not a HVAC expert, but I play one on the radio. But we've done enough of these, and it's really helpful to zone that out. And so, yeah, it's a good way to go when you've got the attic to do it.
Right, and you casually use the SAT word, plenum. Not everybody knows what a plenum is.
I'll let Joel explain what a plenum is.
Your plenum is what's moving your air.
Right.
So
pretty much every building has a plenum.
Yeah.
Of some sort, whether they know it or not.
Moving through, I should say.
Yeah.
In this case, the one from the second, it'd be a big rectangle or square pushing air through a big ductwork all the way up.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
Just avoid those. There's other systems in the market that are a little more expensive that have smaller ducts that are higher velocity, that if you don't have access to an attic like this, you can fish, and it's just a more complicated system and way more expensive.
Yeah.
So if we can do this and not have to do a high velocity system, this is always...
Well, and Polydor works out perfectly for the system, so...
Right. I think that the other interesting thing is we went down into the basement. Thanks for the stairs. Because I wasn't going down where there were stairs.
I don't know why you didn't like our aluminum ladder to the basement. Come on, that was perfect.
I just pictured being at the bottom.
Absolutely.
With legs pointing the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
Every direction.
Yeah. But that is an amazing. It is a big basement. It's big.
Yeah, when you move a house, that's one of the selling points. You get a 8'6" clear ceiling height basement with all new floors and walls, and so it's another, in this case, 1,600 square feet of buildable space. Of course, you're going to lose a little bit for the furnace and the water heater and whatnot, but we did plummet for a basement bedroom. So there'll be a room for another bedroom and full bath in the basement, should somebody do it, and then a great room or whatever down there. It's a great space.
There's an egress window down there, and there's a video coming out very shortly where we walk through the basement and look at that. But it is like a whole other house.
It is. It's a great space and really a selling point for the property once it gets to that point. Absolutely.
I was looking at some of the old photos, like original photos. Are those original photos that we're going to be, again, posting some of those photos up to give you guys access to go see them? But was the porch, the front porch, which is amazing. You can check out the video on that we posted. But that the porch was open at one time.
When it was first constructed, the porch was open, and we think in the 50s they enclosed it with the windows that are there now, turning kind of into a 3-season room. It actually had heat, though, so it was really part of the house. It had a radiator, a big one. Yeah. So I guess it really was a 4-season room. It was a full year round. So they enclosed it pretty early on. It'll remain enclosed. It's a busy corner, and really for usability standpoint, in this location, we'll keep it closed.
Keep it quiet.
It was open. It's a great space, though.
It is awesome.
It's really neat. Everywhere you look, there's something hand done and artistic, and for both use, utility and aesthetic.
Absolutely.
It's a tile. Is that
the mosaic tile?
Mosaic tiles.
Yeah, which survived the move amazingly. But it's a really wonderful, welcoming space when you walk into the front door there. Come into that front.
Yeah, it was interesting to see the evolution. You don't always get someplace parked so prominently to get to watch, in real time how things happen. Now, to Todd, we're talking to Todd Zeiger from Indiana Landmarks. To Todd, it never happens fast enough because it feels like everything just inches along. But
I'm a pretty patient person. It's all good.
He's been around it long enough.
I've been around it long enough.
These houses are 150 years old. A couple more months isn't going to hurt.
Todd Zeiger from Indiana Landmarks, thanks so much for being in here. Weaver Heating, thank you for doing some work at Polydor for us. Go visit the house, Polydor House in South Bend. And thanks for listening. This has been Measure Twice.
Podcasts by Federated Media.